Demographic trends and the conditions in people's lives have a large impact on their ability to maintain a healthy weight. Generally, the data shows that more than a person earns, the less likely they are to have obesity. Individuals with less education were also more likely to have obesity. Rural communities have higher rates of obesity and severe obesity than do suburban and metro areas. Socioeconomic factors such as poverty and discrimination have contributed to a higher rate of obesity among certain racial and ethnic populations. Black adults have the highest level of adult obesity nationally at 49.6%. The rate is driven in large part by adult obesity rate among Black women of 56.9%. Latino adults have an obesity rate of 44.8%. The obesity rate for white adults is 42.2%. Asian adults have an overall of 17.4% obesity rate. Solving the country's obesity crisis will require addressing the conditions in people's lives that lead to food insecurity and create obstacles to healthy food options and safe physical activity. Those conditions include poverty, unemployment, segregated housing, and racial discrimination. As I said earlier, this year's pandemic has shown that these conditions don't only increase the risk of obesity and chronic illness, they also increase the risk of the most serious COVID outcomes. One study found that only 55% of people with obesity receive a formal diagnosis. 90% of people with obesity struggle to keep weight off long term. Worldwide obesity has nearly tripled since 1975. Some studies have shown that genes account for 70% of individual differences in BMIs. Obesity is associated with at least 60 health conditions. More than 1 billion people worldwide are obese, 650 million adults, 340 million adolescents, and 39 million children. The number is still increasing. On the occasion of World Obesity Day 2022, WHO is urging countries to do more to reverse this predictable and preventable health crisis. The key to preventing obesity is to act early, ideally even before a baby is conceived. Good nutrition in pregnancy, followed by exclusive breastfeeding until the age of 6 months and continued breastfeeding until 2 years and beyond, is best for all infants and young children. At the same time, countries need to work together to create a better food environment so that everyone can access and afford a healthy diet. Effective steps include restricting the marketing to children of food and drinks high in fats, sugars, and salts, taxing sugary drinks, and providing better access to affordable, healthy food. Cities and towns need to make space for safe walking, cycling, and recreation, and schools need to help households teach households with children healthy habits from early on. And this was a summary of how big is this issue.